All right, let's talk about the book that has been absolutely everywhere, The Housemaid's Secret by Freida Mcfadden. Today, we're going to break down this psychological thriller and figure out exactly what makes it so, well, so addictive. Let's dive in. This one line, it's basically the whole book in a nutshell. It's the promise the author makes to you right from the start. You're stepping into this seemingly perfect, luxurious New York City penthouse, but you just know something is seriously wrong. Nothing is what it seems. So first, we meet our protagonist, Millie Calloway. Now, Millie is tough, she's street smart, and she is desperate for a fresh start. So when this job offer comes along, a live-in housemaid position in a gorgeous penthouse, it feels like more than a job. Honestly, it feels like a lifeline. Okay, so who are the people we're dealing with here? We've got our three main players, each kind of trapped in this gilded cage. First, there's Millie, the ex-con with what you might call a white knight complex. She just has to save people. Then we have Douglas, the super rich, super secretive tech CEO. And finally, there's Wendy, his wife, who's only ever described as sick and is totally isolated from the world. So, Douglas hires Millie, but there's this one really, really weird condition. He tells her she can never, ever disturb his wife, Wendy, who stays locked away in her room. I mean, right off the bat, that's a huge red flag, right? It just plants this seed of mystery. Why is she off limits? What is actually going on behind that locked door? And, it doesn't take long for that one simple rule to become, well, a huge problem. This perfect job starts to come apart at the seams, and Millie realizes there are some very dark secrets hiding just beneath the surface. You see, Millie's a survivor, and her instincts are just screaming that something is terribly wrong. She hears sobbing from behind the door. She sees these quick glimpses of a woman who looks terrified. For her, these aren't just signs of someone being sick. They look exactly like the signs of domestic abuse, something she unfortunately knows way too much about from her own past. So this becomes the huge question hanging over everything. It's a real moral crossroads for Millie. I mean, can she just clean the house and take her paycheck while she thinks a woman is being hurt? For someone like her, someone with that deep need to protect people, no way. It's just impossible. And this is the turning point. This is where Millie's rescuer instinct just completely takes over. She decides she can't just stand by and do nothing. In her own mind, she has to step in, and just like that, she goes from being a housemaid to being a liberator. And this internal conflict she's having, it's perfectly shown by the two main guys in her life. On one shoulder, you've got Brock, her lawyer boyfriend. He represents the straight and narrow path, the world she's trying so hard to be a part of. But on the other shoulder is Enzo, a guy from her past, who represents a much darker world, a world where sometimes you have to take justice into your own hands. So Millie, totally convinced she's saving a helpless victim from an absolute monster, starts putting together a really dangerous plan. She's not just cleaning anymore, oh no, she's basically a detective, digging for secrets, trying to earn Wendy's trust, and planning a full-on escape. And every single move she makes takes her deeper and deeper into danger. But just when you think you've got it all figured out, just when you're so sure you know who the good guys and the bad guys are, Freida Mcfadden does what she does best. She takes the whole story and just flips it completely upside down. Okay, to really get what happens next, without me giving away the big spoiler, we have to talk about a literary trick called subversion. Mcfadden is an absolute master at this. She sets up these characters we all recognize, the damsel in distress, the evil husband, the brave hero, and then she just completely shatters everything we thought we knew about them. The big twist in this book is like a bomb going off. It forces you to go back and rethink everything. Every quiet conversation, every weird look, every secret. It all suddenly looks totally different. The story cleverly uses Millie's assumptions, and let's be honest, our assumptions too, against us. And that's the question the book just throws right in your face. It makes you challenge everything you thought you knew about who's a victim, who's a manipulator, and the masks people wear to hide who they really are. So what is the secret sauce here? What made this book a viral sensation? Well, it's not just one thing. It's this incredible combination of elements, all perfectly designed to get you hooked and keep you turning pages. I mean, the formula is just perfect. The pacing is just relentless. Short chapters that almost always end on a cliffhanger, making you say, okay, just one more. Our hero, Millie, she's not some perfect saint. Her messy past makes her choices genuinely unpredictable. Then you have that brilliant subversion of the whole damsel in distress thing, which completely pulls the rug out from under you. And finally, that beautiful penthouse starts to feel less like a home and more like a prison. It is just a masterclass in psychological suspense. And that's really the final nagging question the book leaves you with. It's the kind of story that gets under your skin, a story that makes you second guess everything, long, long after you've read that very last page.
To know more about book plots in video form, like, share, and subscribe.